This Akwa Ibom classic is a must-try in every Nigerian home, both home and abroad. And if you're wondering what soup it is, this is MKPAFERE soup.
Hi guys, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Didi Ekanem. Are you excited to have me on your screen? Because I am happy to have you here. If you're a subscriber, thank you for joining us. And if you're yet to subscribe, why not? Go ahead and click on the subscribe button. Trust me, it is fun with us. In today's video, I am super excited about the recipe. I'm even dressed up for it. Now I'm going to give you guys a quick outfit check. Come on. Let them see. And I'm going to screen for you guys. Okay. So now that we've gotten the outfit check out of the way, let's get into today's business, the reason why we are all gathered here. In today's video, we are diving into the heart of Nigerian cuisine to make one of the most beloved soups from Akwa Ibom State called MKPAFERE soup using the famous Oha leaf, otherwise known as MKPAFERE by the Akwa Ibomites. MKPAFERE soup and Oha soup are two different soups with different recipes. The only thing they have in common is the leaf. So before we start cooking, let's take a quick look at the ingredients we will need for our MKPAFERE soup. Come on, guys. These are all the ingredients we are going to use for our MKPAFERE soup. First, we have fresh Oha leaves. You can find Oha leaves anywhere in the market. If you're outside Nigeria, you can find it in any African store. We are using yellow pepper for a burst of flavor. We are using beef for our MKPAFERE soup. We are using pomo, otherwise known as cow skin. We are also using stockfish and dried fish. These are the key for that authentic smoky flavor that takes your MKPAFERE soup to the next level. We are using fresh pepper, ground crayfish, palm oil, seasoning cubes. These seeds are called ibaba. This is what we are going to use as our thickener for the MKPAFERE soup. This thickener is going to give our MKPAFERE soup the perfect consistency that MKPAFERE soup should have. So now that we have gotten this out of the way, let's get into the cooking.
First thing first, let's get our meat cooking. For MKPAFERE soup, you want your meat to be tender and flavorful. So you're going to season it with seasoning cubes, fresh pepper, and a little bit of salt. The seasoning cubes contain salt already, so you want to take it easy with the salt. And then you're going to stir to combine, cover the pot, and allow the meat to cook till it releases its own juice. So the meat has been cooking in its own juice for over 15 minutes, which means that the ingredients has incorporated well into the meat to give us a tasty meat. So it is time to add water and allow the meat to cook for another 45 minutes till it is nice and tender before we proceed to the main cooking. So while the meat is cooking, let's go ahead and prepare our MKPAFERE leaves. The leaves are the star of the show because of its unique flavor. I know some of you are saying, but this is Oha leaves now. She's making Oha soup. One name, one ye. This is not Oha soup. Yes, the leaves are the same, but the names are different. The Igbos call it Oha leaves. The Akwa Ibomites call it MKPAFERE. And because we are making an Akwa Ibom soup, so we are going to call it MKPAFERE for today, okay? So after picking your MKPAFERE, you're going to use your hand and tear them into smaller pieces. Do not use a knife to cut your MKPAFERE leaves, at least to maintain that old school standard. So as the meat continues to boil, you're going to add one dried fish to the meat. You're also going to add a little bit of crayfish for that flavor. The crayfish and the dried fish will help to build a good stock for your MKPAFERE soup. After that, stay to combine well and allow the meat to continue to boil till it is nice and tender. So now that our meat is nice and tender, it is time to add our stock fish and dried fish. You can use any dried fish of your choice for this soup. You can use Uzbek dried fish, Inara dried fish, dried catfish, but let me share a secret with you guys. The best fish to use for any Nigerian soup, drum roll, is red snapper. If you use red snapper for any soup, no matter how bad your culinary skills are, the soup will be delicious. Now run me my check. So you're going to let that simmer for another 5 minutes until the dried fish and stock fish releases their flavor into the soup. Up next, we are going to add our thickener. Guys, you need to watch this video to the end to see how this thickener was prepared. Also, do not skip any bit of this video. If you do, you might miss an important information. And if you have watched this video to this point, it means that you love me and I love you too. And I would love for you to be a part of our growing community. So do well to subscribe, comment, like, and share to your friends and family. And I would really appreciate that. Mkpafere soup is not complete without palm oil. So if the palm oil you added to the thickener is not enough to give your mkpafere soup its beautiful color and rich taste, go ahead and add a little more. Once the thickener is incorporated, we will add the ground crayfish. We will also add our yellow pepper for that burst of flavor and then reduce the fire to cook on low heat. Then go ahead and add our precious mkpafere leaves, the star of the show. After adding the leaves, we will cover the pot and let it simmer for 2 minutes max to let the flavor meld together, and there you have it. Our mkpafere soup is ready, guys. While cooking, do not forget to test and adjust your soup as needed. Let me also use this opportunity to tell you guys a quick story about me growing up. Growing up, I hated kitchen chores. I was the laziest person in my house. I was never around my mom when she was cooking. I hated to do dishes. How I grew up to become the best cook in my house is still mind-blowing to everyone. Truly, change is constant in nature. So if you have any child that is just like me, that doesn't like to do dishes, that doesn't like to do kitchen chores, don't worry yourself. She will grow up to live in the kitchen just like me. What swallow would you like to use for your mkpafere soup? I'm going to recommend oatmeal because oatmeal is very healthy. It has fiber and less carbohydrates. But you can use poundo, you can use amala, you can use gari, which is a bar. You can even use fufu for your mkpafere soup. It doesn't select swallow, trust me. It's a special soup that goes with every swallow. Remember, I told you I was going to show you guys how to make the thickener that was used for the mkpafere soup. Now, to make our thickener, all you have to do is break the ibaba seed. I know it's not right for me to put a stone on my kitchen island. I was really scared during this process. I was really scared, but I did not have a choice because I wanted to make sure that you guys see the process very well. So I just had to close my eyes and put that stone, but I was really careful. So do not break your ibaba on your kitchen island. Don't do it. I was really gentle while I was breaking it. So after breaking the seed, it's going to look something like this. You're now going to put it on fire and cook it till it is soft. When the the ibabab seed is soft, you're going to put it in your mortar and pound it little by little. You don't want to add a lot at once because you want to pound it and make sure that it is smooth. Again, pounding the ibabab on the kitchen island is not right, but I wanted to show you guys very well. I wanted to make sure that you guys see the process very well. That is why I took this risk. But do not pound your ibabab on your kitchen island. It is wrong. It is wrong, and it is wrong. At this point, the thickener is getting smooth, so you're going to add a little palm oil to it first, just a drop of palm oil, and then mix that well together to make sure that it is well combined, and then continue to pound it until it smoothens out. When the thickener is smooth, it's going to look like ogbono. So you're going to scrape that up and then add more palm oil to the thickener at this point and mix it thoroughly. You want to mix it very well, and the palm oil should be enough for your soup so that you will not have to add an extra palm oil after adding the thickener. So guys, that is how to make the thickener for mkpafere soup. At this point, you can clearly see the difference between oha soup and mkpafere soup. The only thing they have in common is the leaves. Apart from the leaves, the recipes are different. The ingredients are different, especially this ibaba. When making oha soup, they use ofo, achi, or ede. But for mkpafere soup, the Akwa Ibomites use ibaba. That's exactly what you're seeing in this video. So I hope you learned something from this video. If not for anything, at least you can see the difference between oha soup and mkpafere soup. Who else gets excited when eating like me? There is just something about putting that first round of swallow in your mouth. It goes straight to your medulla oblongata, especially if the soup is mkpafere soup and it is really delicious. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please do not forget to comment, like, and share my video. And I hope you feel inspired to make this Akwa Ibom classic in your kitchen. Until next time, stay hungry for delicious foods. Bye guys!